Alright, so this is homework check 7.3 section 1. We were dealing with these rules of replacement. And so for the third one, which we're asked to look at, we have M and G or T, P and S then N, D and R or K, and they want us to use associativity. So for associativity, you need either all dots or all wedges. So on line 1 you have all wedges, and that just means that you can move the parentheses to make M or G and T into M or G with the parentheses around them, or T outside of it from line 1. Number 4, we have if B then W, G if and only if F, S and A. They want commutativity. So commutativity works with the dot or the wedge. We have the dot on line 3, so S and A becomes A and S. Line 3, commutativity. Number 5, we have not R or T, not N or not B, not A then not H, and they want a double negation. Well, the only one that has the double negation is line 1. Not R becomes just R. So line 4 would be R or T from 1 through double negation. Number 6, we have F or N, then K and D, H and Z or H and W, P then H or P then N, and they want to use a distribution. Now with distribution, you're going to be looking for something like line 2. See, 1 isn't going to work because you've got the horseshoe there, and line 3 isn't going to work because you have the horseshoes there. But line 2, you've got the dots and the wedges. So H dot Z or H dot W. So that would become H and the dot, and then in parentheses Z or W from line 2 through distribution. Number 7, we've got not G and not Q, not K if and only if not B, not T then F, and they want us to use De Morgan's rule. Well, lines 2 and 3 are not going to work because you've got the horseshoe and the triple bar, so it has to be line 1. So we have not G and not Q. Using De Morgan's, that would become not G or Q from line 1 through De Morgan's. Number 8, we have if G then not L then T, L if and only if not R, then not C, J then S or not N, and they want a commutativity. Now obviously you can't use it on the whole thing, so we're going to be looking at what's inside the parentheses. So in this set of parentheses, just got my pen, we've got the wedge, or the horseshoe. Here's the horseshoe, but on line 3 there's the wedge, and we can use commutativity with the wedge or the dot. So S or not N would become in the parentheses not N or S. So line 4 would be if J then, and then in parentheses not N or S from 3 through commutativity. Number 9, if S then M then D, K and G or B, E and H and Q, and again they want associativity. So just like we saw up here, associativity, you need either all wedges or all dots. And on line 3 we have all dots. All that means then is that we can shift the position of the parentheses, and so it becomes E and then in parentheses H and Q from line 3 through associativity. 10, we have not R or not P, not F then not W, G and not A, and they want to use De Morgan's rule. So we know 2 is out automatically. That leaves us with 1 and 3. The best option, the only option really for this, is going to be line 1, not R or not P. Using De Morgan's would be the same as not R and P. So not, and then in parentheses R dot P from line 1. 11, we've got not B or E, not E and not A, not C, then not R, and they want a double negation. Well, the only thing, we don't see any that are not, But on line 1, there's E that has no negation at all, so that's the only place you could use a double negation. So on line 1, you'd have not B or not E, double negation. Number 12, not G and S then A, not S then B and K, not Q or T and R, and they want us to use distribution. So lines 1 and 2 are out because it has the horseshoe, and we can't use the horseshoe. So it has to be line 3. So not Q or T and R would become, in parentheses, not Q or T, and, next set of parentheses, not Q or R, line 3 through distribution. 13, we have if S then not S or M, if H then not L and not D, if N then not G then not C, and they want us to use De Morgan's rule. Again, you can't use the whole thing with De Morgan. It has to be, what's just inside the parentheses here. But looking at this one, it looks like line 2, not L and not D, would be the same as not L or D. So your line here, you keep the H then, and then instead of the not L and D, it would be not, and then in parentheses, L or D, line 2 through De Morgan's. 14, we have F then P then not E, C or S and not B, M and R and not T, and again they want associativity. The only one that applies there would be line 3, and so we just shift the parentheses. It becomes M and R in parentheses and not T from line 3 through associativity. And then 15, which I didn't have room for initially, we'll take a look at right now. 15, we've got D or not K, and D or not W. 2 is S or not Z, or P or not T. Line 3 is Q then not N, and Q then not F. And line 4 is what we have to figure out, and they want us to use distribution. So with the rule of distribution, we know automatically that line 3 is out because it uses the horseshoe. Line 2 is out because it's wedges all the way across. It has to be line 1, which has the wedge and the dot. And so D or not K and D or not W would be D or, and then in parentheses, not K and not W. And that is the answers for 7.3, Section 1.